Hey folks, welcome back to Florida Food Forest. I figured I'd just give a July tour and see how things are growing so far this year. Man, they are really growing fast with this rain and nice warm temperature. I pulled some weeds. Do you think that's deep enough? You think that's deep enough? I don't know. It's a couple feet deep. So hopefully those bananas like that. They like mulch, right? Lots of it. Well, there you go, guys. Get your grow on. Now the avocado here, a lot of the tips I just went through and I just took the tips like that off, took that right off. Trying to get it to get bushier, more branches, more fruit. At least that's what I'm going for. It is starting to fill up a little bit. We can see it's still pretty thin through there, but it's doing all right. I mean, it did get hurt pretty bad from that 23 stupid degree weather that we had. It's coming back nicely. And this Kentucky, man, this stuff is growing crazy fast now. Like I said in previous videos, I like the taste of the variegated. Maybe it's just in my head, but the variegated seems to taste better. Yep, tastes like Kentucky. And I'm still propagating lots of the regular Kentucky. There's a couple variegated through here. White sapote. Oh yeah, black turmeric right here on the edge of that, getting its grow on. But yeah, there's all kinds of Kentucky through here. More turmeric back there, Simpson stopper, getting its grow on. I got some fruits for that. I'm gonna taste it later on, maybe tomorrow. But I pulled the fruits off before the birds got to it. All this Kentucky through here. So I'm just gonna fill this all in with Kentucky, and so I still got up here to fill in with Kentucky. I got that Moringa here. I went through and I pulled some out of the ground, cooked with it. And the extras that were breaking off, I just planted in that side of this row here too. So I got my black turmeric, and I got my Moringa, if I'm pronouncing that right. I have that right here on the edge of this. So it should be getting pretty full pretty quick. And the pawpaws got a bunch of weeds next to them as well. I just pulled a bunch of weeds around here and stacked them up pretty close to the trunk. They might be on the trunk, but that's not gonna, I haven't had any problems with that. All that, there we go. There's some cannas back there. There's a canna there, canna there. They don't really get a whole lot of sun here. Maybe it was a bad spot. I don't know. But I did put cannas through a lot of the fence line here. And I saw this when I was pulling weeds. There was a flag here, but I pulled it out. And I was pulling weeds like, wait a minute. That's a pawpaw. Welcome to the world, pawpaw. Ooh, you're so beautiful. And I have some more pawpaws here. Only a couple of these survived. It did get all the way underwater over here last year. And now I've built it up so the water can run right through there and drain out in the back. But yeah, that was pretty crazy how it flooded out last year. But the neighbor next door put a whole bunch of cement stuff up and raised up his grade. So it all had to come down here. Fantastic. So there's some small flowers. I just put some big flower pawpaw in the refrigerator maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But it's going to stay in there until about December. Mayhaw, I don't know what's up with this. It's looking pretty rough. It's looking pretty rough. I don't know what's up with it. It's getting plenty of water back here. So a lot of times it's mushy, the water back here. A little sea salad tree. So hopefully it mayhaw pulls out of it and I can get some fruits off of it. I see a giant persimmon. It's still a little baby. A little tiny baby. But there we go. I need to find some cuttings for next year because I have some other persimmons that are growing, but when I want to graft those, I don't want just regular old persimmons. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those, but I like different varieties. I think there was some crystal I wanted to try. The chocolate one I had, the graft died on it. But so I'm going to try chocolate again. I just got to graft it up. Here's that Indian goose bear. It's getting thick. It's getting a weird shape to it. Upside down triangle, which is fine. But I have to keep working on keeping this small so I can put my temporary little greenhouse over top of this to keep it warm in the winter. Especially if we're going to get down to 23 degrees. It's insane. They did not like it at all. And these are too cool of a plant not to protect. Little barbed wire cactus back there. I need some more of that. It's probably getting too much shade here, but you'll see that green portion, the light green. That's what it's done this year. It's pretty cool, but I want some more of that. I want to move it over to the other side of the property line. Probably where I'm going to stick some jujubes. Again, I was pulling weeds and I was like, another pawpaw? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so apparently it takes them up to 2 years to come out. And that's almost all the pawpaws. I think I only lost 2. I know for sure squirrels got one of them or something dug up a seed, a couple seeds, and they're gone. They're gone like yesterday. Hey, this Moringa is definitely getting its grow on. This stuff is quick, right from the ground, right up into the sky. Reach for the stars, my beautiful. And this little spinach tree here, this got fried. This was burnt all the way down to the ground, but it has come back really nicely. I know it's probably gonna get fried again. I never had it. Apparently, you know, there's different varieties. I hear there's a way better variety than this. But again, I've never had it, so I don't have nothing to compare it to. Here's some black turmeric. I thought I pulled it all out of the ground last year when I moved them to different spots, but there's still some. Must have been little pieces left here. It's coming out. So I'll leave that there until next year. These absolutely beautiful bananas. See, there's that huge pit I dug here. I don't know, it's several feet deep. I forget what it is now, 6 or 7 foot deep, just jam-packed full of compost and everything else. I only made it like 6 foot round. I should have probably made it like 8 foot round and then filled it in with compost, but I could still do that. I mean, nothing's set in stone, but I have a whole bunch of these root crops popping up around here. It is covered in weeds, but that's the way it is. I was hoping these bananas would produce, because they just started shooting out of the ground, getting really big. So I was hoping they'd start getting their fruit on. Now I'm still out of breath. Oh well, I'm a lot better than I had been, but still out of breath. Hello, little baby. Hello, little baby. Oh, where are you gonna run to? Oh, away from me. And the cat leg guava, man, I'm so disappointed in myself. It got really dry back here, and that was one of those times, one of those weeks that it was all I could do just to go to work. And so it got really dry, and a whole bunch of fruits fell off. Ends of branches died back. So I'm keeping water back here. See, this is what was going on. These branches were just dying all the way back. It got way too dry back here. We needed a lot of rain, but now we're getting it. So hopefully it will start producing. I got a bunch more guavas in the oven, so they'll be coming along. Check this out. This is pretty cool. White Tangelo. Hello, White Tangelo. That's pretty interesting. That's the only fruit I saw on here. You know, it was in flower a couple months ago. Let's see, I get bugs and stuff on here, but I haven't seen any of that facilid residue or anything that lived behind. But I do have it planted under oaks. There's a guava right next to it. I need to get some lemongrass, grow that down around there. I don't know. Some people say it doesn't work. Some people say it does. So I might as well try it. But I'll see those bugs right in the tips here. They like that fresh growth. If I get it, well, I guess I'll cut the tree down. But lots of people eating. Lots of bugs are eating. I don't know about people, but lots of bugs are eating it up, which is fine. No problem. I was hoping this was lost. I did some weeding out here, and this was lost. I thought it was gone. It died. It didn't. It's still here. Here's a pear. It was grafted. But it started turning black from the top, going all the way down. So I hurried up and chopped it down to the ground below the graft, and it had come back. But I mean, it almost looked like someone took motor oil and dripped it down there, and it was just slowly coming down the plant. So I got scared. I didn't cut it down to the graft to begin with, but I did cut it low, and I noticed some of the other leaves were turning black, so I cut it right down to the ground. It had come right back out, so thankfully. So we'll see in the future years if I can get some graft on there, or see what this produces, who knows. Hello, buddy. You gonna hide from me? You gonna hide from me? Oh, you're slicker than snot on a doorknob. You gone. Another one of my persimmons. See, when I bought the plant, it had little fruits on it, and I should have waited till it actually fruited, but I went ahead and planted it, and the fruits dropped off. And this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and that has not fruited since. It's gotten a little bit bigger, but man, it's an awfully slow grower back here. The Dazzablastas are getting their grow on for sure. Nice little growth. Suriname cherry, Texas persimmon. Get out of there, weeds. Get out of there, weeds. All kinds of stuff. The MB, that's finally starting to grow too. They've been short for a long time. I'll need to get a couple more. I hear they can be hermaphrodites, but typically you need one, or I mean 2 or more. But we'll see. Again, I piled up the weeds right next to this banana here. And this lemon drop, man, it's finally, this got cooked in that cold weather too, but it's finally starting to get its grow on, thankfully. I was wondering, is it okay? Is it ever going to come back? And see, this is what I did with my yams. I grow these in the center of my property, not out by the woods, because this will drop those little bulblets or whatever, and they will root easily and then take over everything. So I keep it right in the center of the property. Or on the far fence line, I also have some. There's some over there, so it can't spread into his property. It'll get cut down. But I have it growing up here. I have it growing over to the tool camper. So trying to get them some shade here, because man, it gets piping hot out here. And if you have ducks and you're in Florida, feed them some of that Biden's Elba. Ducks go absolutely ape for it, go nuts. It was a huge pile of it there. They must be full because it is gone. But anyways, I have that yam growing right over to there, and that fly thing's full again. What an investment. Because it used to come out here and there'd be flies all over the place. I haven't seen a fly yet. I'm sure there's flies in there, but well, I just emptied it out with the chickens a couple days ago. Crazy. Here's that kind of still, that bonehead dog of mine. Grabbed a branch and started pulling at it. It tried grabbing at this again. You get out of there, I will tear your fur off your butt. But it's starting to come back. Thankfully, I was worried about it. Come on, kind of still, you can do it. I have absolute faith in you. I'm going to keep you out of the dog reach though. Move you back over. Some more Dazzablastas. Rose apple. I had went through and I had taken a lot of the tips off, wondering if I can get the branch out even more, but all it does is just send another little tip out that very end. See, I was just going through and knocking that off, but then it just shoves another one right out the very end. Which, okay, I was just really trying to get it bushy because I can't have this be a monstrous tree, because they are awfully cold sensitive. At least that's what it seems like. The other one I have died right down to the ground. But this one got pulled inside out of that cold weather. So I want to keep that short so I can protect it. Maybe I shouldn't be zone pushing so much stuff, but I do what I do. I do what I do. The Siberian motherwort. Let's go in the seed. It's a biannual, but I need to save some of these seeds so I can grow some more. It's a cool plant. It's worth growing. I mean, when it was in flower, there was all kinds of different little bees out here. Not the regular honeybees, but just smaller ones. Should have got it on video, but I didn't. Let's see if we can pick up the rattle. Okay, now I'm dropping seeds over, so there's going to be Siberian motherwort everywhere out here. Some cool stuff here. Whole bunch of finger shops all through here. They're all looking nice. Need to get their grow on a little bit faster, but that's what it is. Arian Guava. Yeah, buddy, some Garcinia. Seashore Cherries. These are pretty nice Savannah cherries. These were looking rough for a while. But they're looking pretty good. Hopefully next year I'll get some fruits off of them. It'd be nice to have some Savannah cherries. These actually taste really good. The Grumachambas, yeah, those are looking nice. See, these are all seed grown. This one I bought from Citrus Park Nursery. And man, it got fried by that 23 degrees. But it really started to bush out. Yeah, it really started to bush out pretty good. So hopefully we'll get some more out of that. And here's just, I forget what that was. I want to say it was a canistel. Tried a fruit, stuck the seed in my pocket and grew it. I tried a whole bunch of fruits that day. Patanga rough looking Patanga, probably deader than dead. Or close to it. More Patangas. These darn weeds, man, I'm telling you. It's a non-stop battle. Of course, if you're gardening, you know it's non-stop. You're always going to be pulling weeds. And those are privet stoppers. They're looking really sharp. Again, here's that Indian gooseberry. So I've been taking the tops off of that, but it gets lots of sun over here. Insane amount of sun. So it's been going a lot more in the sideways versus growing up, which is definitely what I want. But I still got to go through and I got to keep making that flat, make it beef out. Beefcake, beefcake. Get it beefy so I can protect that in the winter time. I think they're going to be worth growing. There's a miracle fruit in there somewhere. Can you find it? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Or where's Waldo? It's in there. That horseradish that was going into the ground, that stuff has disappeared. It's gone, but the horseradish itself is looking pretty good. There's some slugs or something eating some of it, but it looks pretty good. All right, and here's my jujubes. Woo-wee, these things are something else. Man, they will definitely stick you with their stickers. So I have a piece of property I really don't want any people walking through. So I have proving apple cactus and another cactus. Oh, what is it? That's a native anyways. Then there's jelly palms over there. I figure as the fourth layer, put in some jujubes. I have another one of these in the ground and it's doing, holy cow, insanely good. So if I put them right on that line over there where I don't want people, if they come through that area, I'm going to hear something. The whole neighborhood's going to hear something. So I'm going to put these over there. You know, that's the benefit. You also get fruit from them too. But you're not going to be walking through them. I got some wild custard apples growing there. Those are looking nice. More wild custard apples. More wild, more wild. Alright, lemon drop mangosteens. Oh yeah! Those are awesome. Those are rocking and rolling. Well, it took a long time for them to come out. We were still in winter time when I put the seeds in there. Some of my other Garcinias I didn't have luck with. Next time I'm going to stick them in the incubator. When I get my chicken eggs and duck eggs to start in, I'm going to stick that in the incubator. Keep that temperature perfect, because I think that's what messed it up. Having to drag them inside and the temperature change was just too much. So next time I'm going to just put them in my chicken incubator and go off from there. All kinds of different things there. There's Indian olives right there and right there. Different types of eugenias. Red guavas back there. There you go. Cool stuff. Here's some khaki persimmons. This property's going to be full. Of course, I can't plant those now. It's going to be a long time until those get planted. And something came through and bit that one, but it's coming through again. All right.